All right, so sky's a little gray, wind's starting to pick up. Rain's going to be coming here right about an hour, but we should be home by then, which is good because we're kind of missing a headlight and turn signals. So we're cranked up. And as you can see, we have the halo ring, but we don't have the headlight. That's my left turn signal. That's my right turn signal. The reason for this, and it's not because of the aftermarket LED, it's because of this right here. This is an extension harness I tried to make, and I don't have things crimped all the way, apparently. So we're just gonna jam those back in there for the time being, and yeah, let's go ahead and get rolling. Now I do still have a taillight, which is really, really good, and I still have a brake light, so that should be good enough. Worst case, we get pulled over and a fix-it ticket. Well, worst case, we get creamed on the highway, but worst case, fix-it ticket. And you're probably thinking, hey, lucky aces, did you have to do the extension harness because you added these cool 12-inch ape hangers on your Kawasaki Mean Streak? Yes and no. But the reason for the harness is this bike didn't come with turn signals on it. So I slapped on a set of LED ones. So I got the dreaded hyper flash. So I bought a 5-pin flasher relay off the internet and attempted to wire it up. Well, needless to say, I let the magic smoke out of the left turn signal switch here. And at the time, I couldn't find any for the Mean Streak on eBay, but I found one for a Vulcan 1500, which, I mean, it's the same housing, same mechanism. Apparently the cord's about 6 inches shorter. So, after taking the guts out of the existing switch housing and figuring out that wouldn't work, we ended up putting together this little harness down here. And apparently I didn't do a very good job crimping things together, so yeah. So now we don't have headlights or turn signals. Pretty much anything on our left side just doesn't work. Bike sounds mean sitting here and idle though. This is a monster. I love this bike. So pretty much tonight I'm going to have to take that whole thing apart, which means we're not riding this until I get that resolved. But I still have my 2008 Honda Shadow Aero 750 bobber, which I couldn't leave that well enough alone either. That's modified slightly, to put it lightly. And which, of course, because I don't have a headlight, I'm going to bump into law enforcement today. So that's fun. Which, technically, we have the amber halo ring. So, technically, it's a headlight. Turn signals don't matter. Turn signals are not required in North Carolina for a safety inspection. If you have them, they have to work, but you don't have to have them. Just my personal preference is having them and having them working, because, I mean, you could still use hand signals. The problem is nobody knows what hand signals are. They just think you're waving at them. I mean, like, when was the last time you saw anybody using hand signals? And I kind of kick myself, though, because I should have known how to wire a 5-pin flasher relay. Apparently I don't. I thought I had it down. I looked at multiple diagrams for the bike, watched a couple videos, and I thought I had it covered. I was like, cool, you know, I deal with, low voltage wiring for a living. Not a big deal. Yeah. So, much like the majority of my bike-related projects, I mean, I've had some go off without a hitch, but also there's a few times where just sometimes the simplest projects turn into the most complicated things. Either that's by just sheer bad luck, or, okay, I'll admit, a lot of times I don't know what I'm doing, which I don't typically do a lot of how-to videos because of it, or if I do, I end up voicing them over, because trying to focus on what I'm doing, like say I'm working on, I don't know, whatever, wiring for this, for example, trying to do that, think about, okay, what's in frame, what's not in frame, and then trying to figure out what to say without having to repeat the same tasks 19 times, it gets a little overstimulating for the old brain. And I'll admit, I may have been a little over-dramatic as far as, it's gonna rain soon. Yeah, okay, maybe not as much. It's still like 2 hours away, but still, it's close. We need to get this baby tucked safe and sound to the garage. And then, I guess, redo all that stuff. Because this wasn't really meant to be like a project bike. I mean, I swapped out a couple things, to make it more comfortable for me. Mini floorboards, ape hangers. I got a Mustang seat, which I got the Mustang seat. I found half of one on eBay. Just the front half. That's the only one I need. I don't need the back half. Who cares? I've been riding almost 3 years. Haven't had a passenger the entire time. I don't think anything's going to change anytime soon. But some of you may disagree with this. I think stock bikes are boring. Which this one isn't exactly. It's not stock anyway. Especially not from a performance standpoint. But there's just something about working on your own machine, even if you end up screwing it up and end up with no lights. It's still fun to learn, and it puts you in tune with your machine. Anyway, if you guys would like to know more about my 2008 Kawasaki Mean Streak 1600, you can check out this video right here. And as always, y'all be good. See you.